Hey there, can you raise that lamp about 6 inches, right? Excellent. A butler should always look sharp. So.
At what point in the 22 season was it clear to you that the team was struggling?
Oh, well, right after the Hungarian GP. I may only be the money, but even to me it was obvious. The whole thing was a shambles.
Yet again, Connor Sports Jackson and Butler battling it out on track. It seems as
Hang
if
on,
they...
2 seconds, Nat.
Okay, Devon, Aiden's lapping faster than you. I need you to let him pass, please. Devon, do you copy? Listen to me, I need you to let Aiden pass now.
Butler just completely blanking the order there. Seems like he didn't even acknowledge it.
Too true, but as you can see, no way through for Jackson. No way at all. This Connor Sport rivalry is getting heated on the track here in Hungary.
Welcome back, everybody, to our Breaking Point series here on the channel for F123. And as you can see, we're a couple weeks later out here in Hungary, and things have only gotten worse as Devon Butler has blatantly just ignored team orders to let Aiden Jackson pass, who is lapping much quicker on a much softer compound, being the mediums compared to the hard. So this is going to be a tall task to try and get it out in front of Butler, who seems to almost be playing aggressively defensive and not giving us any room to work with. And yeah, we have only a couple laps here to pass Devon Butler. So we got a small glimpse at Davidoff, the father, and I'm sure he's going to take his son's side in all this.
Use your overtake button more.
So now we're gonna have to drive very, very well to be able to pass Jackson here before pass Butler before the end of, or the beginning of lap 14, I guess. So really not a lot of time at all. I have to start putting some pressure on him. As you can see, we're a much quicker car. So what seems to be is Butler is severely being outdriven by Aiden Jackson in this story mode. But it is clear that Aiden is having oh my word, Devon Butler just smashed into us. He really did not want to relinquish. Holy, I actually was not expecting him to turn in on us like that. So like I mentioned, some aggressive defense there coming out of Devon Butler as we do get ahead of him, but I actually was not joking when I said I did not expect him to just turn in on us like that. Wow. So things are getting almost dangerous out here for Team Connor Sports. Yeah, it feels like Aiden Jackson is just getting the short end of the stick when it comes to reliability, and Devon Butler, when Aiden is doing well, seems to be showing that little bit of the childish attitude that we're quite used to seeing. And as you can see, as we pass Butler there, we have a new task of finishing inside the top 10. So what was a hard task is now an even harder task. But we are in a pack of 3 cars here with Sebastian Vettel. It looks like Esteban Ocon leading and Alonso ahead. The 2 Alpines at the time. So we almost smashed in the back of Vettel. But I got to tell you, this Connor Sports car is extremely quick. Like, it actually takes me a couple turns and a couple laps to really get the feel of the car, because it is just, its rev cycles are so much faster than almost any car other than maybe Red Bull in this game from just playing time trials. And we're gonna make a little bit of a lunge here on both these cars as we will get ahead of Vettel and Alonso there. That was a beautiful move. We get the job done. And now we have Esteban Ocon in the other Alpine inside our sights. Oh, that was Albon. My apologies. I thought that was the 2. So the Williams driver, Alexander Albon, got tied up there in that train. And now we have the 2 Alpines to deal with. Although I got to think it almost looks like the leaderboard is a little wrong, because I can clearly see one Daniel Ricciardo in, oh, that's the 10th position. Okay, I got you. So the leaderboard jumps ahead and shows what your target is. That's kind of cool. I don't hate that. So a really wide aggressive move there to try and do a double overtake. We don't get it done, but we will easily pass Ricciardo here on a beautiful exit. So some solid driving so far. I think Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, I was just getting used to the new drive model, as well as a much faster car than the My Team car currently. Purple Sector 1 there, absolutely phenomenal to see that. We still got a lot of work to do here to catch up to Alonso. He is currently 2.6 seconds up on us, but again, everybody seemingly being on a hard compound, and we have the much quicker, which would seem anyway, the much quicker medium compound so far. But again, seeing Devin's father there talking about how he's just the money and knows what the issue was, but not seeing Aiden Jackson in any of these interviews makes me think something is going to happen that makes, you know, Aiden Jackson either leave or be forced to leave, voluntold to leave. Because it is weird that you have all these people talking about they knew what the issue was. It was the Butlers. You already heard Devin say, oh, well, the issue was, you know, it was Aiden. It was Jackson. He had an issue with the 2022 car. But in reality, it is just this horrible feud that these two drivers have going on. And it is heating up here, but we are well within attacking distance now of Alonso. We're not going to go for it on this turn. It's a little too aggressive. We are right up his gearbox now. And we will look to make a move here, because we have so much speed. We'll slam on the inside there. A beautiful overtake.
Brilliant. Nice move. Keep going.
You heard it from our engineer there. He agrees that that was a nice move. Brake late. Slam on the brakes. Get that overtake. Much better driving coming out of me here today. Again, I almost feel like I should have potentially done a little bit more time trials going into Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, especially while trying to talk and record at the same time, unlike my Team career series. So not bad, not bad. Now we have the task of trying to catch Norris for the bonus objective, which, given that Magnussen is just up the road and we see Lando, who is also on the medium compound, but I do believe in this story mode that Connor Sport's car is a much quicker car. Again, reliability issues aside, we saw how fast we were against Daniel Ricciardo earlier.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
We have a couple laps left. Magnussen is now our goal because of that pit stop that you saw from Charles Leclerc. Oop, forgot to gear. Oh, a little bit of contact. Not bad, though. Managed to catch it just in time. Again, I do believe that simulation data damage stuff, sorry. Or otherwise, that might be a front end plate, at least damage. We did catch it there. A little bit of a sloppy turn off that one. Even though he's not our objective anymore, I would love to see. Oh, I missed the break point of that one. Thankfully, we had the position. Get back on safely. That's probably not good there for the underside of this car. So maybe some floor damage. It was a green Sector 1. We definitely lost some time there in Sector 2. One thing about this new driving model that I've really noticed even in my career is just missing the braking points and not being able to trail brake as much as I would like, because obviously trail braking is the preferred method as we go around the outside here on Lando as he tries to shut us down. But again, you can just see the speed, especially with that slipstream and some ERS activated. And now we have Bottas in 6th position, so Valtteri just ahead of us. Very much enjoying this game. You've probably heard me say it, and I probably sound like a bit of a broken record, but the driving model in this one is just so much better. Oh, I just accidentally hit that button. Well, I guess we'll use it. Talked about it yesterday. I will be using the flashback in the career mode. Not as much as I want. Like, don't worry. I'm not going to be using it that often. It's just for moments where like I make a stupid mistake, like right there I just took my hand off the steering wheel and caught the inside. And that is the problem I have, is I am a very much a hands talker. When I talk, I use my hands a lot, which is stupid, but when you're driving, can't really do that. We'll snap on the inside, a great dive attack there on Veltri, and we pass the Alfa Romeo driver. No problem. Alfa Romeo kick. I hate that they have the kick branding on them now. All right, with 1 lap remaining, we are now in 6th position. A beautiful display of driving this time round.
16 with 5 seconds.
Seems like Devin is just struggling. 16 seconds behind us now. And I'm sure he will not be happy. The team should not be happy with the fact that he just disobeyed team orders. I understand that there's a rivalry and you don't want to just let Aiden pass, but come on, man. You're driving so much slower on different compound, different strategy. But it was interesting seeing David off at the beginning there talking about his exact role in the company. He is very much just the money guy. Reminds me a lot of Lawrence Stroll, to be honest with you. Although I think Lawrence might be a little bit more involved with the development of the car. Oh man, even this track is fun. If you remember on previous game, you'd have to, you know, set the car down into probably 4th gear around that little swindly chicane-like section of the track, but in F123, 5th, 6th gear, you can easily get the car. We're almost out of fuel. This looks bad. Hopefully we cross the finish line. And we will get the job done, ladies and gentlemen. That's got to feel good for Aiden.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in park.
Racing etiquette went up, finishing position, so you can tell that one little bump that we had with Vettel was not enough to damage our etiquette. It was just a small little tap on the back of his wheels.
Out there deserves a mention today.
Well, I feel like there are a couple, but let's start with Aiden Jackson.
Couldn't agree more. Jackson had a brilliant race, didn't he?
Yeah, we know Connor Sport have struggled all season. Jackson's done really well today, and that's in spite of the problems with his own teammate.
Even before they became teammates, these two had their fair share of run-ins. It's a fascinating rivalry. You can't take your eyes off it for one moment. But nonetheless, some much-needed points today for Connor Sport. Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
So there you have it. Max Verstappen wins out in his pretty much home Grand Prix, other than the Netherlands. But surrounded by the Merc, so showing this late game, you know, late into 2022, you started seeing the Mercedes come alive, the 2 silver arrows, and you're surrounded by George and Lewis. Seems like a pretty realistic podium there from this Breakpoint series. But yeah, it's got to feel good for Aiden Jackson. But here we go, an interview.
Well, a good race out there again today, Aiden. But what we do all want to know, what exactly happened with Devon? It sounded like he completely ignored a direct team order.
Oh boy, so we have 3 options here. We can kind of throw him under the bus and say he was out of order, but what do you expect? That is a level 2 option. No idea that's for Devin to answer, or these things happen. Well, I'm not going to say these things happen. The way we've been playing this is we know Devin Butler. We know him from the first story. He's a slimy guy. It doesn't seem like he's learned his lesson. So you know what? We're going to call him directly out, which I'm sure will not please Mr. Devin Butler, but here we go.
Yeah, what do you expect? It's Devon. He was out of order out there. He really needs to rein it in. He's not the only one driving. I'm sure the team will have a lot to say about it.
Well, he did certainly seem to cause you some trouble out there today. And after that, and what happened in Canada, what would you say to those wondering if the old Jackson-Butler rivalry is well and truly back?
Oh boy, and we have some interesting answers. We can say the problem is Devin will never change. Old habits die hard. That's in the past. We're focused on making countersports a success, or I think the press takes the rivalry way more seriously than we do. That is just a false statement. That would be Aiden Jackson blatantly lying. I don't want to just single out Devin because we saw what happened in Canada. There's equal blame on Aiden Jackson. Old habits die hard. I think for me, even though there is the rivalry, I want to just say that, like, for me and for Aiden, I think his entire focus is on just trying to get countersports to a successful part. So I'm gonna stick with this one, even if it's a bit of a white lie.
That's in the past, definitely.
But press response has increased.
That's what matters. If there's anything that happens between me and Devin on track, it's because we're so focused on making Cornersport a success. We're bound to tread on each other's toes from time to time.
So issues with Devon aside, how do you feel it went out there today? Do you think the team will be pleased with your performance?
Good result, but we're always room for improvement. I think so. The car performed well, and I did everything I could. You know what? We're looking to extract everything again. I think aside from the rivalry, if we can get that under wraps, we can push this car into a podium. So I'm gonna use the level 2 option and say I could have pushed harder.
I've pushed it harder, probably. It was a good enough result.
Press are very happy with my responses.
You know, with the past issues of the car, I feel maybe we held back a little bit. I'll definitely be putting in the work for the next race weekend for sure.
So you mentioned the car there. In that regard, Connor Sport's not had the easiest of times so far this season. Has that all been sorted? Are those reliability concerns well and truly behind you?
Man, it's hard to say because obviously you want to say no problems. I'm confident we have it all in hand. You could obviously just throw the team under the bus, but again, when it comes down to reliability, if you're making it harder on the team by having, you know, very aggressive drives with your teammate and some issues along that, then it's going to be very difficult to blame it on them. So I'm actually going to keep using these new options that we have. I think it's really cool that you unlock like a new option available. I think we're level 3, so we're going to try and pick this one. I hope so, and we'll see what happens.
So. I mean, today was good. Yeah, there was no issues with the car. It's always difficult when a driver brings everything they've got and the car lets them down at the last minute. But, you know, I've been told the team has got it all under control, so yeah, we'll see what happens in the next few races.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. That was a very interesting press conference. Some of the answers felt a little bit more, it's not me, it's them, than I was hoping for. But again, I don't want to, at least in the media, I don't want to just go into these press conferences and say it's all Devin's fault, and I don't want to go in there and piss off Connor Sports. So that's it for Hungary. The Hungarian Grand Prix comes to an end, and despite Devin's lack of cooperation during the race, Aiden still manages to get past his Connor Sport teammate and secure points for team at the Hungaroring.
Okay, I'll leave that in your capable hands. Devin, you had a problem with a team order today?
Didn't happen.
What?
Look, I know everyone's saying I ignored it, but it didn't happen. I never got the order. Check the comms.
Shoddy workman always blames his tools, eh?
Check the comms.
Okay, we checked the communication pipeline. Fix it. This cannot happen again.
Typical.
Aiden, listen.
What's the point?
It's just Devon being Devon.
And what? That makes it okay? He's an arrogant...
No, you're right to call him out. But imagine if we didn't give him certain freedoms. He'd be even harder to manage. As his father, I know. Aiden, you're the best driver that we have. And it's right for you to put Devon in his place. He needs it. The team needs it.
Thanks. Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me. I think...
Honestly, we don't deserve you. And I know that you're being discussed at other teams, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Sure. I'm sorry if I've spoken out of turn. About Devon.
Not at all. You know the best way to keep Devon in his place?
What's that?
Beat it.
So a very interesting cinematic we just had there. It appears like Mr. Butler understands the problems with his son, but it is very, very interesting that you can kind of get the idea that Aiden isn't quite happy with the team, and it sounds like you know, the team knows that Aiden is the better driver, and he gives them all this, you know, good talk. But in a way, it's like, yeah, but your son also did the same thing to us in the first season. So can you really believe Butler Senior? Because I don't know if I can. But nonetheless, we have another couple interview questions here for the press. A Star is Born. Connor Sports have been contacted about a film production company. They're currently in pre-production phase for the latest installment in their ever-popular Throttle Zone movie franchise, and want to offer a cameo role to one of your drivers. They are also keen to using Connor Sport branding within the picture, and it would be an excellent opportunity to help the team. See, this is tough because, you know, you're going to piss off one of the two drivers. You can either say Aiden would be an excellent ambassador for the team. It's clear he's been feeling a little underappreciated, so let's serve it as an ego boost. Then you can say Davidoff has made it clear to me that it's keen on Devin to represent the team here. Besides, I would never hear the end of it if Devin... But... like I said, if you pick Aiden, Devin's going to do something stupid. If you pick Devin, that's just going to lead Aiden to wanting to leave even more or be extra pissed off with the team. So for me, this seems like another distraction. Even though it's a great opportunity for some brand exposure, we have enough on our plate as it is. This is just an extra complication that could affect both the focus and performance of the team. And I fully agree. If you're a brand new team on the grid, you're going to have, you know, people recognize you, and there's a lot of exposure. And with all the tensions going on with the team and the car reliability, what is the point in putting this extra distraction on one of the two drivers? So I think we're actually going to decline this one. When challenged by press about disregarding the team order the other day, Devin went public with the comms issue. We are now being pressured for a statement. Oh yeah, that was another part. At the very beginning of that cinematic, you hear Devin make up all sorts of excuse that he didn't hear it, and his father was like, just let him have it. So we don't want to create any unnecessary controversy. We'll protect Devin for now and confirm it was an issue with the comms. He can't go around making those claims, state that there was no issues with the comms. That should keep Devin in place. We still don't know ourselves. Let's be open and state that we're running tests and looking into it. I think that's the best way. You don't want to side with one driver, and I'm going to stay by that for the next little bit until something very crazy happens. We do have two drivers. We have a responsibility with the team. Again, I'm playing as, you know, Connor, Mr. Connor right here. This is decisions that he has to make to keep his team going forward. So we're going to be cautious about it. The team building days back at the factory went ahead as planned, and we've received some really positive feedback from those in attendance. We noted that there were some disappointing grumblings online that the fact Devin promised. Oh well, he shouldn't have promised it if he can't meet that expectation. So I'm really enjoying these questions that kind of dictate the performance here. I think it's very interesting. Got some ups and downs and some interesting things there. All right, so what do we got in the news here? So breaking news from Hungaroring. It's talking about, you know, Devin's... Oh, we got a phone call here from Mr. Davidoff Butler.
Davidoff.
So, I had a word with Aiden.
And?
Nothing to worry about. Don't think there'll be any more problems.
What did you say?
Doesn't matter. We level with each other. Just leave Aiden to me from now on.
And, what about Devon?
What about Devon?
We both know it wasn't the comms, right?
Andrea, listen. Devon may push his luck from time to time, but I won't have his integrity questioned. If he says it was the comms, then you know what to do. Yes?
Right. Sure. I'll have them checked again.
See that you do.
Well, that was a little bit more of a heated conversation than I was expecting. He kind of sounds like he wants to make sure he handles Aiden the way he wants to handle, and that's exactly what I got from that video. It's not so much doing what's best for Mr. Aiden, it's doing what he wants so that his name and his son can stay on the team. And it sounds like the principal's getting a little fed up, but with the money coming from the Butlers, there's not much you can do. So some news around the F1 world. Sebastian Vettel officially announced his retirement, just like we had in the real F1 world. Some old rivalries and a little behind the scenes on Devin Butler. Let's see what's social. Aiden Jackson playing down his rivalry with Butler there in a post-race interview. Say what you like about Jackson. He's certainly fair. So some mixed reviews, it looks like, from car troubles to daddy issues. Oh boy. Yeah, it seems like fans are enjoying this. That's why I don't think we need extra exposure. We have 1.2 million followers. There's a lot of social media chatter. Update on comms. We've checked, double-checked, and triple-checked the comms as requested. 0 problems or faults every single time. Of course. I mean, come on. We knew that. Rescheduling Antonio's flight. There's no problem at all. There's no issue with the flight. We've already rebooked it. Business class, the same as before. The only problem is the hotel. With Antonio coming out earlier, they have gotten a room for the extra 3 days, so I booked him at the Lancaster. So a little bit of shakeup with our father's our father's attendance here in the coming days, but nonetheless, we will proceed. That was chapter 3. We're going to head out for chapter 4. And you can see our performance level is level 4 and our reputation is level 2. So still not in the best of shape, but we're starting to improve more and more with Andre O'Connor. Looks like we have some more questions to answer here.
On this one.
All right, being the new team on the grid has its advantages. Our merchandise has proved really popular, much more than we expected, with some lines either sold out or stock running low. Well, I don't really need to read on because we have 2 options, which is increased production, but it seems to be locked behind Reputation 3, which we do not have yet. So unfortunately, I trust our manufacturing team, and we're just going to have to make do. But that is exactly why I was talking about we do not need more exposure. A new team on F1 is going to just garner a whole bunch of attention. So here we go. R&D department have been in touch. They need to finalize their schedule for coming months in order to cement their plans for next season. They are keen to shift focus solely towards the 2023 car now, but for some conflicting opinions and engineers, they believe there are easy gains to be made this season. Where should their focus efforts? Look, to me, I don't really know where we stand on, you know, the constructors' points or the championship. I'm guessing in the championship, neither of our drivers are pretty high up there, but they're still, we're only at the Hungary. Like, there's still time left in the season. I think we're going to use 3. We have that level 3 unlocked. We might as well upgrade both.
So what about Callie Mayer? Was she on your radar at this point?
Of course. She was making big waves in F2. And Ackerman would not shut up about her.
All right, well, there you have it. It seems like we're finally getting a glimpse of the brand new driver, Callie Mayer, the female that is storming up F2, and we're heading out to the F2 sprint race for the Netherlands. So we have Chapter 4, upcoming British F2 driver, Callie Mayer finds herself dominating the competition in the sprint race at Zandvoort. Not content to sit out in front leading the race, Mayer and the team at Trident decide to opt for an unorthodox strategy. Very, very interesting. So here we go. First look at the brand new character added into the Breakpoint series, Callie Mayer.
Here's our race leader, Callie Mayer. She has been blisteringly fast around Zandvoort here today.
And look at that! She's going into pit!
Interesting strategy they've decided on there. She has been lapping at rapid pace, but is this the right call?
Yeah, it's a bold move, for sure. Looks crazy to me, but let's find out.
Here she goes then, on brand new tyres. The rest of the field still sticking with their original set. Where exactly does Callie Mayer come out? Let's see.
Oh, well, there you have it. A new strategy. We just pitted for softs. Win the race. Oh, boy.
Okay, Callie, let's go. We're going to leave it to you. You know what to do. Come on.
And if things didn't get more difficult, we're going from my team career to a well-established built-out car to an F2 car. And this is very, very different handling than we're used to. We have not too many, 7 laps here to gain and win the race. We have Jack Doohan in front of us here. We should make easy work of him. I apologize. My volume just did something very weird and it distracted me. So let me just redo that one really quickly here. I don't know if you guys heard that, but the volume almost shut off on me and I looked at my mixer. Let's restart that and get focused back up.
Nice move. Keep going.
Ooh, a little too aggressive on the brakes there. This is a very weird feel coming out of F2. $15 seconds ahead. We have to make up 15 seconds on softs. Oh my word, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Going on to an F2 car from a very fast Connor Sport car might be the weirdest thing I've experienced in this F2 game so far. Try to go around the outside here on my team career teammate Nisani here. So good to see him doing well. 10th position right now. A little sloppy there, but we need to be a lot quicker than we're currently going. We'll go around the outside here. It's very interesting that we got a first little taste at the first new character, the female driver, who's making headlines in F2. And now, I mean, our first taste at it, we got to do the unthinkable. Ooh, the gear shifting model on this is very, very awkward. So Fittipaldi ahead of us now. We are within 10 seconds of the leader, but with, 6 laps, including the rest of this one, we're gonna have to do a lot more than that to be able to catch Armstrong. Should gain a good, healthy distance here as we're setting purple sector after purple sector.
Car ahead's losing 2 seconds a lap to you. Good job.
So make an inside move there on Fittipaldi. We got Theo Corsair ahead of us. 5. And I believe that is the Japanese driver of Iwasa ahead of him. Theo Corsair slams the door there as we try to go on the inside. We'll take the inside of this corner. Beautiful overtake there. Oh, and we make a little bit of contact there. Apologies, that is my fault. Just missed my braking a little bit on that one. A little bit of drift. 7.2 seconds now to Armstrong. Oh man, we are gonna have to drive pretty much lights out from this point on. Under 7 seconds between us and Armstrong now. Seems a little ridiculous that even on soft compounds, Mayer can, gain this much distance in a very short amount of time. But I guess when you got a good team, a good car, and you're driving out of your shoes, anything is possible. Got Logan Sargent ahead of us now, who at the time of this has not made his seat at Williams. It may have been decided. I can't remember when the announcement came that Latifi would not be back. I think it was actually after Zandvoort. Oh, Logan, that is extra braking. Oh my word, that's not a good look. I totally lost my back end there.
That brings you up a place.
I lost the back end so aggressively there. Holy jumpins. That is the F2 car for you. Doesn't help with the tire management, but Yeah, not in the best shape. We have Liam Lawson in second and Novalak there. Very wide on that turn, but... Oh no, it looks like Armstrong is slowing down. Oh, he has a puff of smoke out of his engine there. And now Liam Lawson is the current leader with only a couple laps remaining, and now our sights are set on him. We have a new target. That is unfortunate for Armstrong there, but it makes our task at hand a lot easier as we catch the DRS, and we should be able to make a move here. Going on the inside. And a double overtake. Oh, that was a little too aggressive and completely illegal, so we are actually going to flash that one back. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't like that flashback feature. It was... We'll take this one nice and easy this time. We'll catch Liam Lawson at a future point. Remember, this is just all about experiencing the new breakpoint story. This isn't so much about putting the cleanest laps together. Although we want to drive clean and we want to, continue to improve. This is mostly about getting through the story and seeing what happens. Now, if I make minor mistakes or I, even spin outs to some degree, I'll probably play, but it's kind of similar in my team, not my team career, when we were in this, but out in Canada, I made a very illegal overtake, and I was like, you know what, that they're not going to call it, whether it's just because, the settings are a little dumbed down on this game mode, or because, just, oh my word, Mike. Or I keep talking while I'm driving. This is horrible. What am I trying to say? Like right there, that was me not being in full focus. If this is my team career, I'm not talking into the mic. I'm barely looking at anything other than the screen. We're just trying to experience it and have a good time. If I make a dumb mistake because I'm, lack of focus or something that the game doesn't pick up, I'm going to just rewind it. And I know that's might not be the most realistic approach to this, but at the end of the day, I'm not playing this on hard. I'm playing it on normal just to enjoy a brand new story from Breakpoint. And if you don't like it, well, apologies. You can play it your own way when you play it. But if you know what, like I've always talked about, if you know anything about my team career, we play on full simulation. We play on full control. Like, there's clearly not simulation damage on right now. And I didn't bother adjusting, like, too many of the settings other than my steering wheel. Flashbacks are turned off in my career mode because I think it's just completely unrealistic. Like I said, if you make a mistake in that game mode, that is your own fault. You need to own up to it. If I make a dumb mistake in this one, it's not my team career. I'm not too worried about it. This is so totally unpredictable anyway. You have no idea when the car, especially for Connor Sports, is just going to shut down on you. Don't want to make it hard mode. As we're starting to lose these tires here. Yeah, they're getting very, very, very worn out now. But we are on the final lap. Callie Mayer looking to win the race from behind. Swaps onto the softs while she's in the lead. I believe they said she was in the lead. May not have been in the lead. She may have just been, catching people and lapping faster. But hits onto the softs here. Come all the way down from 14, 13, something crazy like that. And as we make the final few turns of this second sector, we will be ahead of Liam Lawson by 5 seconds as Armstrong's car does indeed fail him. Coming from Connor Sport, I'm definitely familiar with that. And the Phenom, the new sensation that's out there, Callie has come across the checkered flag to win the F2 sprint. Pretty good little series of driving, not the worst.
Take a bow. What a masterclass to finish first.
And at the beginning of that race, it was really weird why my sound completely died. Like, I have no idea what happened there. That was why I had a flashback, because I looked away from the screen to see if the recording was still going and if the sound was still appropriate. I tell you, that driving that even felt pretty good. F2 used to feel so damn clunky.
And it's going to be Trident picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for coming out on top in that amazing race.
So Callie making waves here with our old teammate, kind of being her mentor. Team Trident gets another victory. All right, there we go. Post-race, Chapter 4, Mayer manages to win in a convincing fashion after an unconventional pit stop. Each race wins shows why Mayer is such a promising young F2 driver.
Callie, what do you put your success down to this season?
Oh, I'd say probably my speed.
In what way?
I find lapping faster than everyone else really, really helps. Casper.
No.
Seriously though, I have a great team around me, and this guy, more than anyone else, has been pretty useful to have around. Casper, what are you shy? Come up here.
Yes, okay.
And Callie says you've been a factor this season, Casper.
I'm not the one driving.
Didn't agree with my tyre strategy though.
This one has no respect for her elders.
But can you give us more detail as to the exact role that you're playing, Casper?
None whatsoever. It's all about her.
He's probably right, to be fair.
So, were you already in touch with Casper Ackerman at that point?
Ackerman and I go way back.
Huh. Very interesting development coming there, as Casper seems to be in chats with team principal from Connor Sports. So maybe he will be making a return to the paddock of F1 as maybe some sort of team, part of the team in some way. I don't know. I doubt he'd be replacing Connor, as he still had the team shirt on. But all I got from that was Callie is the female version of Devin Butler. She is cocky, she is arrogant, she knows she's good, and she knows how to use it. So this is going to be very interesting as we head to the news section here. The up-and-coming Callie Mayer, and we get a little, first phone call here with somebody named Evelyn.
Let me guess, you saw the race, couldn't be prouder, and everyone in the office wouldn't stop screaming.
Well, that saved me a few minutes. Guess I'll speak to you later then.
How are you, Mum?
Oh, I couldn't be prouder, Cal. That was one hell of a race. Everyone in the office wouldn't stop screaming.
Shut up.
Honestly, the way you're driving, I think we're going to have to change your name.
What's here this time?
Callie Winner. You've got this in the bag, Cal.
Oh, okay. That is the kind of award-winning journalism that we really do need right now, but one race at a time, okay?
That sounds like Casper talking. Is he looking after you?
Yeah, always. Actually, I've got a meeting with him that I'm running a bit late for, so I've got to dash. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, sweetheart. Call me tonight, and well done.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you have it, a little phone call there with Mum, and this is very interesting. So obviously there's some real news articles and things kind of weaved through the fantasy stuff that they're having in this Breakpoint series. So you can see, obviously they had an article about Connor Sport, and people are saying they're considering protecting Devin's attitude and his issues rather than admit it. And you see Piastri to McLaren for real this time. So a little bit of funny back and forth from what happened with Alpine last year, announcing drivers that weren't actually signed to them. Audi has officially announced its F1 entry. The socials were filled with, things about Butler, things about Callie Mayer, saying F2 is a lot more enjoyable this year. And then there was the one tweet by Ant there talking about, where is it? Somewhere down here, talking about how he's going to miss Daniel Ricciardo if the news are true. Casper Ackerman saying he hates being in front of the camera, so hopefully that she doesn't do that again to him, because that was not his favorite. Tire strategy, I don't think there's anything else to kind of say. Really glad we listened to you on that one. Your instincts were bang on. Ben Hicks wanted to check your availability, saying that there's a photo shoot, interviews, etc., etc. So a little bit of information there from Callie, but that is going to be it here for episode 2. We just covered chapters 3 and 4. The story is getting more and more interesting, as it sounds like, based on what I think are present day interviews with Connor Sports members. I believe Casper is going to be making an appearance back on the F1 paddock somewhere. My guess is with Connor Sports somewhere. I don't know how whether he's, you know, an engineer or whether he's just some sort of mentor for Aiden, or if Aiden's even there. Callie's probably going to be up and coming for the team. So a lot of really fun storylines up ahead, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. There's going to be a lot more Formula One action coming on the channel very shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you back here in the next one for Breaking Point 2. Thanks, guys.